empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been.
Well, howdy folks, Super Sunday time, brand new Arsenal kit, straight out the packet. Chelsea against Crystal Palace first up. Welcome aboard, here we go.
Time for cities and towns to start dreaming again. Walking in the footsteps of giants.
Well, folks, good evening to you all, folks. Good afternoon, sorry, to you all, folks, and welcome back aboard here, folks. Once again, everybody, folks, and to Realltom Football. My name is Tom, and I'll bring you the watch along this afternoon for Chelsea take on Crystal Palace live in the Premier League. If you do are watching the replay, please do make sure that you are leaving a like on stream, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and thank you very much indeed, folks, to everybody who's joined us here today. And your kickoff is coming your way at 2 o'clock in the Premier League. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff between Chelsea and Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge. So an interesting Super Sunday with two 2 o'clock kickoffs, both live on Sky Sports, of course. I will go through the televising details of where you need to be in the UK to watch this match or the Forest match. But we are going to focus firstly, though, on that Forest match, which is kicking off at 2 o'clock. So let's just turn our focus onto that briefly for a little bit of a preview. Because Nottingham Forest have had quite a poor pre-season, really. And as to, well, Brentford have got their own issues as well. But Forest, I mean, I saw it at the very start of their pre-season when they went for a 0-0 draw at Chesterfield. There's been a lot of draws. There's been 2 defeats. They've only scored 1 goal. And that's a concern, and Nuno Espirito Santo feels the concern. But Forest, if they want to compete at the level they did last season, or similar to whatever like they did last season, they need to sort that out. And they need to, most importantly, beat a Brentford side, which has been stripped of O'Brien in Burma and stripped of a couple of high-quality players, but also of a high-quality manager who has now been replaced with a set-piece coach. But for Nottingham Forest, it needs to be a case of get back on track, win the game today. They need to put that it was a terrible pre-season for Forest. It really was. They were even beaten by Birmingham City, who, yes, have started brilliantly in the Championship this season. Let's not lie about it. Birmingham are on fire at the minute. But still, for Forest, they need to just put pre-season behind them, and they need to get themselves on track again. So let's turn our focus back then to the main game on Realltom Football. Chelsea against Crystal Palace. And in the chat, Chelsea is about to dog walk the club that's beaten Manchester City, Manchester United and Liverpool in their last several matches. They've also, we'll see what happens at Stamford Bridge between Chelsea and Crystal Palace. Just because we're the best club in the world and we don't get to be compared with jobbers like Liverpool, Arsenal. Right, okay. No, Hazard, I didn't get your message. I don't really check messages that often. But I can see that you are telling me about streaming sites for next week. So, yes, thank you for that, Hazard. Much appreciated, as always. So, I just want to direct you guys in the right point to watch the match. So if you want to watch Nottingham Forest against Brentford, make sure you tune into Sky Sports Premier League. But if you want to watch this London derby between Chelsea and Crystal Palace, you can go to Sky Sports main event to watch this match. So Sky Sports main event to watch Chelsea against Crystal Palace. I think a 1-1. I think a 1-1 draw. The trouble I've got is I was kind of thinking to myself with Crystal Palace, they've had an excellent end to the season, just like last season. However, they might not start too well, but actually, they've won the Community Shield and they've had a good pre-season. So Oliver Glasner appears to have found that consistency with ending the season well, but also starting the new season well. I mean, that's just my judgment because of what's happened in pre-season and the Community Shield. But as far as I'm aware, Crystal Palace are ready and are going to start the season well and probably end it well as well, as they always do. Yeah, that's irrelevant for me, mate. That's irrelevant for me. With Chelsea, yeah, they've won the Club World Cup and all that, but Chelsea don't change, really. And there's nothing for saying that Chelsea aren't ready. They've not really had a pre-season because of the Club World Cup. And I think as well the title of Club World Cup champions is totally irrelevant because some of the level of competition in that competition for Chelsea and for Manchester City and for Paris Saint-Germain and all the European clubs that are big who were in that competition was well below par. Okay, right. I just want to point out something as well to you guys. Today, I have been given, very kindly by Ladbrokes, a £2 free bet builder. Yes, I know. I walked in and they handed this little card to me. So yes, we have got a free bet builder. So it is a free stake, but it is a £2 stake. It's a £2 bet builder. It has gone on the Nottingham Forest game, and we have gone on that bet builder for Nottingham Forest to win over 0.5 goals and over 7.5 corners. It is a £2 total free bet stake. The max returns were £4.80, but there is a free bet stake deduction of £2. So that means that the total return on that free bet is £2.80. There is a bet builder as well for Arsenal and Manchester United with 3+ shots for Victor Gyökeres, under 4.5 goals, over 6.5 corners, and a double chance for Arsenal to win or draw. £1 will return £2.05 on that one. And for this game, we've got just a price boost for Cole Palmer and John Philip Mateta to have both have over 1.5 shots on target in this game. So that's 2 shots on targets each. Maximum returns of £4.75 from a 50p stake. Odds were 15-2, shaved off and replaced with 17-2 odds. And last but not least, we've got a price boost again. Nottingham Forest, Chelsea, and Arsenal to win. 50p will return £3.75 on that one. And then ACCA Insurance, which we'll see Southampton, Nottingham Forest, Celta Vigo, Real Sociedad, and Arsenal all winning for a maximum return of £26.73. And of course, if I get one wrong, I can still get a free bet as long as all the other scores or results are correct. And still a chance as well on the Ladbrokes 1-2-3 to get a £1 or £5 free bet if we get 2 correct scores out of 3, which are Chelsea against Crystal Palace 1-1 draw, and Arsenal to win 1-0 against Manchester United at Old Trafford later in the day. Timber! Palmer. I've already used it. Right, folks, 13:53, slightly late for the lineups, but nevertheless, let's have a look at your team news and your match information. Over we go to PremierLeague.com for your Stamford Bridge team news. It's Chelsea against Crystal Palace simultaneously on Sky Sports with Nottingham Forest taking on Brentford. One last reminder, if you want to watch this match, please go to Sky Sports main event for Nottingham Forest against Brentford. Make sure that you are on Sky Sports Premier League. So Sky Sports main event for Chelsea against Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest against Brentford, Sky Sports Premier League and Sky Sports Premier League only. So here are the teams. Rob Sanchez begins in goal for Chelsea, a back four of Marc Cucurella, Enzo Fernandez, Marc Cucurella, Trevor Chalobah, I think that's Josh Ashimpong. Yes, it is. And Reece James, the captain, playing behind a midfield, which is split into two parts, seeing a defensive two. Of Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, playing behind your attacking three. Of Jamie Bino Gittins, Cole Palmer and Pedro Neto, and then lone striker this afternoon is João Pedro, signed from Brighton, on the bench for Liam Delap, Philip Jorgensen, Dario Asugo, Andre Santos, Jaro Hato, Malo Gusto, and Wesley Fofana, as well as Tyreek George and Esteval. And then for the double trophy winning Crystal Palace, it's Dean Henderson who begins in goal, a back three of Chris Richards, Maxence Lacroix, and captain Mark Gahey plays behind a midfield four of Daniel Munoz, Adam Wharton, and Will Hughes and Tyreek Mitchell. And then the attacking midfield three, which is a diamond front three, in fact. Attacking three, which is a diamond front three, seeing Ismail Assar, Aberi Eze, who is still at the club currently, and John Philip Mateta, who is not only in my fantasy team, but is also part of one of my bets today. On Oliver Glasner's bench for Crystal Palace is Jefferson Lerma, Nat Klein, Romain Essa, Odson Edouard, Borna Souza, Walter Benitez, Jezran Raksaki, Justin Deveni, and Rio Cardines. There is no Eddie Nketiah available to Crystal Palace today for an unknown reason. And finally, a quick check on the league table, which currently sees Sunderland in second, Spurs in third. But Manchester City, after their 4-0 win over Wolves yesterday, are top of the pile. Chelsea, for that matter, would need to win by 5 goals or more, or Crystal Palace, to get themselves top of the Premier League. But what a win once again yesterday, everybody, for Sunderland, who got a 3-0 opening day win over West Ham. After an 8-year absence, what a way to restamp your place in the Premier League when you are Sunderland. 3-0 winners over West Ham yesterday. Big up, big up. No, he's not. No, he's not. We love you, Arsenal. We do. We love you, Arsenal. We do. Oh, Arsenal, we love you. I genuinely don't think, by the way, this webcam is going to do this kit enough justice, because there's little patterns on it as well. There's little patterns on it, which are all about Highbury. And I don't think the camera is going to do it justice, but it is a really nice kit. And this is our third kit, which we are wearing today at Old Trafford, hence the reason why I'm wearing it today. And next week, I will bring out the home kit as Arsenal play Leeds United on Saturday at 5:30. London's never been more red. So make sure you're smashing the like on the stream, hitting that subscribe button if you are new, and let's check our poll, which sees 4 votes currently. It's 2 votes apiece, 50-50, 50% back in Chelsea, 50% back in a draw at Crystal Palace. Nobody yet has said draw. And top of the leaderboard on 75 XP is, of course, A. Ryan. Declan Rice is going to. I think he's going to score the winner today, to be fair. I reckon it'll be a Declan Rice goal at Old Trafford to win the game for Arsenal. Hopefully, we win anyway. I'm quite confident, but I'm not fully confident. And yes, I think me and Fraser are going to be back in Crystal Palace today. Why wouldn't you? What an end to the season last season. A Community Shield and an FA Cup. The first 2 ever trophies that Crystal Palace have won as well, bear in mind. And Oliver Glasner is really setting the progression up for Crystal Palace now. And just like every Premier League club that is playing a game this game week, we are going to be having a minute's respect in a minute to Diogo Jota, who, of course, if you aren't already aware, I have said it already 4 times this Premier League game week, but he did, of course, pass away in a car crash quite tragically back in the summertime. On his way back from Portugal to England, in the middle of Spain was where the car crash took place. So just a moment's respect there from Chelsea and Crystal Palace and all the fans in the stadium to remember Diogo Jota and, of course, his brother Andre Silva. Get yourself tuned into Sky Sports main event if you want to give this one a watch. Sky Sports Premier League for Nottingham Forest against Brentford. Crystal Palace in their gold kit, which I think is sort of like a touch kind of excellence maybe, or, you know, a touch of, because they've won the trophies, I don't know. Cole Palmer gets us off and running. Gets Chelsea's season off and running. So there's Chalobah. Yeah, immediately Crystal Palace playing a very high line is what I can see there. All 3 of the attacking 3, that diamond just pressing hard. But it's Chelsea with the ball. Crystal Palace yet to have a sniff yet. None. That wasn't the deal. The deal was, I think it was like something about Gyökeres scoring maybe. I give you 10 if he doesn't score. You give me 10 if he does score. It was about, we made a bet about Gyökeres. It wasn't about Chelsea winning. Can I get the final score, actually? I want to get the final score. For the Southampton game. And it did finish in a 1-1 draw. And that means that our ACCA insurance is now on a basis of hopefully we get a free bet. So Southampton did not manage to pull off the victory at Portman Road. Finishes 1 apiece between Southampton and Ipswich Town. No, go back and watch the replay yesterday, mate. I can tell you right now that was not the bet we made. There was no deal made, mate. On that. So no, you will not be getting £10 if Chelsea get a victory today, because I did not make that bet. And I'm sure that I've got witnesses as well. Sure. Chelsea corner then. Cucurella makes the first contact. Enzo Fernandez was going up for it. He's claiming that he's been impeded, but Crystal Palace just continue to break with the counter-attack. And that's Hughes. Runs into Kasai Caicedo. They maintain the ball. Protection of it from Ismail Assar. And that goes out of play. Out of play there. And let's fire up the good old sofa score so we can get our scores on our sofa. Not really. This ain't a sofa. This is a literal plastic chair. Let's see. We want Forest. Who are leading as well. There has been a goal at Forest, and it's been scored in the 5th minute. It's Chris Wood with a goal. Nottingham Forest are ahead against Brentford. Nottingham Forest 1, Brentford 0. Chris Wood with the goal. So there we go. First goal of the afternoon. First goal of Super Sunday. Forest 1, Brentford 0. Chris Wood already off to a bright start. Ball's pinged towards Gittins, who couldn't really get it under control or creating anything for Chelsea. Game's a bit quiet a minute. Let's go more into depth on the Ipswich Southampton game. So Taylor Harwood Bellis scored an own goal in the 4th minute, which put Ipswich 1-0 up. And Jay Robinson with the 29th minute equaliser. So since the 29th minute, it stayed 1-1. And that is how it's finished at Portman Road. Let's have a look at the championship table, see how it's all shaking up. And I did not expect to see the name of Stoke City at the top. My word. I know it's early days, but that has surprised me. Blimey. Stoke at the top of the league? It's mental. I can't believe that. Bottom three, Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, Derby County. Pedro. Wow. I mean, that has massively surprised me. But it is Stoke who are at the top. Goal difference, of course, +5. Middlesbrough just behind them by 1 goal on goal difference. And then West Bromwich Albion on +2, which leaves them 50th start, by the way, as well for Chris Richards today. Just seen that on the Sky screen, but very tight within that top 3. But Stoke are at the top. Charlton haven't had a bad start either. A +1 goal difference for them and 4 points. And I think it's 2 draws for Ipswich because they're on 2 points and a 0 goal difference. And then the lowest bottom down in the table with a point on the board is QPR. Below QPR, there are no points for any of those sides. QPR sit on a -1 goal difference with 1 point. Hull City also sit on 1 point, but with a 0 goal difference. And that is because Hull have not played today yet. They're playing at 3 o'clock against Oxford United. Crystal Palace have a free kick here. Keeping an eye on the Forest score, but meanwhile, we have a Crystal Palace opportunity here. Eberieze with that opportunity. And it's an opportunity that is taken to delightful measure because Eberieze has put Palace 1-0 up. Well. Not a great start to the Premier League campaign for Chelsea, but a fabulous free kick from Eze. Wow. There's a low block, but Eze practically into the middle of the net. Sanchez, it goes over his gloves. He should save that. Looking at that replay, Rob Sanchez has got to save it. But Eze struck it well enough, and how they're checking for a... How on earth could there be an offside in a free kick, which is a direct one? Does it touch Gahey? And no, they're not checking for an offside now. They're checking for a possible foul. I don't think that is a foul, truthfully being said. I don't think Gahey impedes. That would be really harsh. Really harsh. And Darren England, the referee, has been sent to the monitor. He is looking at this. So he will... So it's an indirect free kick and a disallowed goal. He has announced decision over the tannoy, Darren England, and he deems that Mark Gahey has fouled Moises Caicedo within the wall that was in front of Eze, taking the free kick. So no goal. Lucky Chelsea there. I think that's extremely harsh. Why would you call your own club a clown club? But fair enough, yeah. We are looking, by the way, folks, at shots on target today. There is no bet builder for me on this game. I have got one on the Nottingham Forest game. Cole Palmer and Mateta to both have over 1.5 shots on target. So I'm only looking at shots on target for a £4.75 return there. Ah, okay. Palace on the front foot again. Mateta's pass was not a great one. I agree. I do agree. I think it's really harsh. And I would not be happy if I was a Palace fan. Wharton into Mateta. It's a good save, and it's a shot on target as well. I am counting shots on target here. I'm looking at Cole Palmer and Jean-Philippe Mateta shots on targets. I need 2 for each of them. He should have been saving the free kick, but doesn't matter because VAR saved him. But I think Crystal Palace will see it as yet another just injustice against them, really, an unfair decision. I would be not happy. I would not be happy if that went against me or Arsenal. And I think that Fraser would probably be the same if it was going against Liverpool. Cucurella to Trevor Chalobah. They're playing they're holding a good shape, Palace, and they're playing a nice high line. I like it. Here is João Pedro. Works it wide to Gittins and back into Palmer. Went for goal, but misses the target. Welcome into Clark. How are you doing, Clarky? Good to see you in here. Welcome aboard to you. Here's the replay of it again. No, there's not a foul there. Yeah. On this occasion, yeah, cheating. I mean, Darren England, when he came away from the monitor and announced the decision over the tannoy, he said something about so-and-so meters away from the wall or whatever. And I was just thinking, what the fuck has that got to do with the free kick? There's an effort from Neto, but it's way into the crowd. Take a deflection. I think it did. Because Reece James is going across to the left-hand side to deliver a corner. And it goes in. It's a goal kick this time. Time for a quick squig of the soak. I've got to be careful, man. I've got to be really careful with food today because of this beautiful shirt that I'm wearing. Why do I say that? Not because it's a brand new shirt, but because it's white. It's a white shirt. It's a lovely kit. The camera will not do this kit justice, but if you see it close up, you can see all the little Highbury engravings. It's lovely. It is a Highbury themed kit. The same. And it's straightforward for Sanchez. Chelsea corner goes in. And back in once more. Has to clear it away. Nothing yet from the Forest game. Just the one goal from Chris Wood in the 5th minute. There's not really much happening here. Other than a disallowed goal for Palace. And there's been 5 shots each. More on target for Palace. 2, 1 for Chelsea. But possession-wise, Chelsea dominating. But I don't think that's going to affect Palace. Cucurella clattered by Munoz. And a yellow card. Ayo, ayo. Here's Cucurella. Palmer works it wide to Gittins on the left. And misses Cucurella. That's going to be cleared away. Caicedo. Into the crowd again. Or was it a corner? In it goes from Neto. Jamie Gittins. And then Chalobah. And hoisted off target. Palmer. Hughes and Ismail Assar on his way. Hughes could not quite. Wharton. He's been pushed to the floor there. No foul by Darren England, but he's been just totally pushed to the floor. And now Enzo Fernandez is appealing for something. And Darren England ignores that as well. I get the slight suspicion that Darren England might be trying to let this game flow. There's not been too many fouls given. I think Darren England's just leaning into that sort of rhythm of trying to let the game go a bit and just be a bit on ease. Oh, that's a great challenge, actually. But that's... Oh, maybe not. It's going to be a yellow card there for John Philippe Mateta. Well, let's just deep dive into those shots on target for Mateta and Palmer. I do believe that Mateta's got one. He has one. And we need to look at Palmer, who has had one off target. So we need two from each of those players. One from Mateta, 0 for Palmer. So one more from Mateta and two shots on target needed from Cole Palmer. Walton and Cucurella intercept. Pedro goes to ground and Darren England does say free kick. I'll just his collar a bit. The only thing I think is slightly disappointing is the V-neck. I would prefer for that to be kind of like a button up. But it's the style of the shirt. In by Pedro Neto. It's a lovely ball to Cucurella. And he's got Neto in the box, who was challenged by Munoz. It'll be a corner. Not Munoz, Lacroix, sorry. It's not going to be a corner, it's going to be a throw-in, actually. Palmer out, strength by Sarr, and then pulled to the floor was Ismail Assar by Cole Palmer. Free kick to Crystal Palace. Just the one goal so far on this Sunday afternoon. It's Caicedo. Enzo Fernandez. Trevor Chalobah. Forward by Wharton. Eze picks it up. He's been pulled to the floor by Reece James, and it will be a free kick. Got to be careful, Reece James, because he's on a yellow card. And he has been a bit frivolous in this game. Jose with the free kick delivery and contact made by Lacroix. But not quite on target there. Yeah, just gets a stud on it, but not enough contact to Force the ball goalwards. But here's Cole Palmer, who could bring the ball goalwards for Chelsea. James and Enzo Fernandez slides it through to Pedro, who's not got much room to manoeuvre in. Comes out to Neto on the right. In by James. Tessa got a nudge in the back. And Eze facing James. Qua. Chelsea win the ball back. 5 minutes to go before half time. Second goal for Nottingham Forest. Goal for Nottingham Forest. It's 2-0 at the City Ground. And the second goal for Forest has come from Dan Ndoye. Never heard of him before, but Dan Ndoye for Forest, and it's 2-0 at the City Ground. Ashik, welcome in. See how you're doing. Good to see you. Welcome on. Bug off. Fraser also confirming that score, just in case I missed it. Thank you, Fraser. I don't know. We've had a couple of boring games this weekend, haven't we, really? I'm going to do, by the way, I'm going to talk you through a little bit about what we're going to do next week. I probably should wait till half time for it, but I'm going to probably do, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do Monday and Friday, obviously, because it's Premier League action, but I'm just waiting for the Champions League to get back, really. So couldn't keep it in. Throw in Chelsea. 90 seconds remain of the first half in this London derby at Stamford Bridge. Cucurella. Caicedo. Into Neto's path, but Mitchell did well. Comfortably shakes him off. Tarek Mitchell. Mateta has the ball with him. It's a nice switch. Munoz tucks it into Hughes. Back to Munoz. Ismail Assar. Here's a look at the Forest goal. And lovely header. Lovely header. It's a nice ball in and a good header and connection from Ndoye. 2-0 Forest. Jordan Hyman, welcome to you. How are you doing? Good to see you here and welcome aboard to you. Here's Mateta. Adam Morton and Mitchell out of play. 4 minutes added time at the end of the first half, people. 4 minutes in added time. And Forest have got a third before the break. We should have watched that game. Let's find out who the Forest goal scorer is. Caicedo's lost out to Mateta. Eze on his way. Won't get there. Forest goal scorer of the third goal is Chris Wood to make it 3-0 before half-time. Chris Wood makes it 3-0 to Nottingham Forest before the break. Cucurella off target there. Brentford are getting ripped up. Brentford are getting absolutely ripped up. Oh dear. When should we start worrying about Brentford? Long throw in here from Palace. And Eze still alive. Half a minute to go. There's an effort. Sanchez, he does clatter Gahey on the head. He gets man before ball, I think, there. There might be room for a bit of an appeal there. The appeal's waved away. Well, there's the half-time whistle, and it's 0-0 so far, but Crystal Palace should have the right to feel that that should not be the way it is, because they really should be 1-0 up. A probably injustice, I'm trying to think of the right word here, but incorrectly disallowed goal for a foul. 0-0. 80, the greatest of all time. Trying to get used to this this new Sky Sports intro from Kasabian. It hasn't got that much beat to it compared to Celeste and Stop This Flame. So a bit of Pringle time then whilst we're at half time. And we'll shortly get into the ticking of the tick sheets and all the rest of it. That should be enough proportion, I think, to get me through half time. Couple more. Just dishing myself out some Pringles. So no change to the poll, by the way. Really interesting, because 8 votes and still nobody can decide whether Chelsea or Crystal Palace are going to win the game. 50-50 still on the poll. 50% Chelsea, 50% Palace. Intriguing. Let's take a check as well on our in-chat leaderboard for the top fans. And Fraser has gone to top spot with that. 75 XP. Ashik is joint in that, as well as A. Ryan. And then Jordan Hyman and Nathan Clark come in on 25 XP each, sitting in 4th and 5th. And what this top fans leaderboard does is it gives me and you a bit of insight as to who is the most active in the chat to make our job a little bit, well, to kind of, it's just stats, really. You should be 1-0 down, to be fair. No, I think it'll be a draw. I think 1-1. I think 1-1. Pringles. No, it's not a foul. It's not a foul for me. It's not a foul. Gay, he was within his rights, I think. There we go. A 9th vote, and that adds a little bit more mixture to the poll. 56% backing Chelsea. 44% backing Palace. It's not a foul, mate. Well, I'm not sure about the new studio for Sky for Super Sunday. I prefer the table with the screen on it as opposed to the screens in the walls. Yeah, I do not see a foul from Gahey here. But Eze strikes it well. And Sanchez has got to save it. Yeah. I personally don't see it as a foul. People can have their opinions, but that is not a foul. That should be a goal. We're going to have a look at the Forest Brentford. No, we're not. We're just going to get a few clips. But Forest on fire. Chelsea in the mud against Crystal Palace. All time. I hope that's not sarcasm, but if you are being serious, I appreciate that. And we are going to win a trophy because we got Victor Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres. Just Eat Plus. Just Eat. Right, time for some stats, I think. I need to check everything. Let's go into our Forest game and check the statistics for it. There's been 7 corners. We need 1 more to make that over 7.5. Looks like we've got a winning bet builder from a free bet. Free money. Yep, 7 corners. And for Mateta and Cole Palmer, with the shots on target. Still zero. I think Mateta's got just the one. One, yeah. Fair enough. Not many people tell me that Arsenal go win trophies, so I kind of appreciate it. Half-time score between Brest and Lille in French Liga. Lille leading 2-1 against Brest away from home. In the Netherlands, it's PSV leading at FC Twente. 1-1 between Sparta and Utrecht. And in Germany, it is the DFB Pokal. And Eintracht Frankfurt have won 5-0 in that at 12 o'clock today. Mönchengladbach are playing 1-1 with them. There's also some Coppa Italia later in the day. I prefer Carabao Cup personally, but if I had a favourite, I should say, really. I like both competitions, and I do heavily invest in both competitions as well. Goal for Hull City in that 3 o'clock kickoff, 4 minutes in, and Hull have scored in the second minute. It's Joe Gelhardt, the former Leeds United man, and Hull off to a bright start in their second game of the Championship campaign. So we're going to see a bit of analysis now on the Forest game. And Chris Wood, the first one. What a goal. What a goal, what a start. Yeah. Looks to be gives out with the ball in, and a nice, deft little header and connection from Endoing. And it must be his first goal for Forest because he's only scored one in pre-season. And that third one from Wood, tidy. So Forest flying high. Can the Eagles soar to a victory, or even, soar to a draw, or even a victory at Stamford Bridge? And the second half is underway at the City Ground. We're about to get underway back at Stamford Bridge, but the teams are here. They have arrived, and lineups will be out at 3:30. United against Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners. Our next stream, of course, and you can join us at 4:15. So we're about to kick off. Palace, I think, are going to be kicking us off for the second half. And yep, Eze gets us underway. Yeah, just look at the lineups. James on a booking. Got to tread carefully, because he's on the edge of a second yellow at times. So Palace throwing. Remember, we're looking for shots on target in terms of my bet. 1 more shot on target required from John Philip Mateta, and 2 shots on target required from Cole Palmer. It's a foul. Or is it just a collision? I don't know. Colwell looked to get caught. It was João Pedro, sorry. Don't think Colwell was involved, is he? There is a Chelsea player that's had an ACL injury. I don't know if that was Colwell. I think it might have been, yeah. Somebody will tell me. Yeah, I heard Dave. I was watching the coverage earlier. David Jones said, I think it might have been Colwell. He's got an ACL injury, and yeah, he's going to be out for the rest of the season. Caicedo's been pulled back by Will Hughes, and a yellow card from Darren England in response to that foul. Will Hughes into the book. There's quite a few players booked. I think it's Munoz, Hughes now, and Mateta in the book for Palace. I think it might be just James for Chelsea. I'm not sure. I'm going to have a look. Yeah, just James for Chelsea. Palmer. Might have taken a nick. I'll have to see a replay. If I was to be...
Now playing Apple Music 1 on Apple Music.
No. Stop. Siri, stop. How do I close that off now? There we go, it. Siesta Val warming up. One of the new Chelsea signings. Free kick. Palmer and Gissons. Caicedo to James. Pedro Neto. To James. Josh Ashimpong. There's going to be a change here. And it looks like it's going to be a debut for Esteval. Let's have to close down quickly. A little bit of a flat start to the second half, really. Too much going on. Esteval's ball in. So lovely ball in. Bit of flair now. Free kick here then. James and Palmer discussing it. Palmer straight into the wall. Hazard in attendance, just been pinpointed on the screen. Yep, Eden Hazard. In attendance in the Stamford Bridge Sun. A bit quiet, chat. Pedro. Josh Ashimpong. Lifted in by Chalabar. Pedro will leave that one. No updates on the Forest game yet. Let's check on those. Shots on target again, and here are the Man United v Arsenal lineups. Bruno Fernandes starting, Cunha and Burma Mount is the front line. We've got Raya in goal. Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori for us. Odegaard, Zubamendi, Rice. And Saka, Gyökeres, Martinelli. Need those Palmer shots on target. Let's look at Mateta. He has still only one. Not to worry though, we've got a winning bet builder, the free one, of course, the free bet. Would have been £4.80 if it wasn't a free bet. Correa. Lots of shots, 21 in total, 13 for Chelsea, 9 for Palace. Still just a one shot on target for Chelsea, though. 2 for Palace. Ball into the box, and Pedro was in there. Palmer. Feels like this is going in the direction of a draw. Yeah, no update from the Forest game. Still 3-0. James. Oh, God. Oh. Whew. "25 minutes ago at Stamford Bridge. Here's Cucurella. Fed through to Palmer, who was blocked off well by Palace. Mitchell evades Cucurella. Plays it to Sarr. And Sarr, thwarted by James and Co. It's definitely a game that's been allowed to flow from Darren England. Esteval looking for his first Chelsea goal. But over the top. He makes things quicker though, this Esteval. He's a young Brazilian. By Adam Wharton. Esteval looking to break away. Good work from Palace, holding him off. Mitchell. Enzo Fernandez. Palmer. Coming from deep. Premier League and Champions League as well. All four. Hopefully. In my wildest dreams. Loose pass, and Eze really should have played a better pass than that, but Palace still have the ball. Munoz in there, and it will be a corner cleared by James. Palace change for the corner. Will Hughes is coming off. And he's going to be replaced by Jefferson Lerma for Palace. So Jefferson Lerma on, Will Hughes off. Berriese with the corner. And it's towards the near post. Yeah. Didn't really have much of an effect. Particular corner. Just under 20 minutes to go. Reece James. Yeah. It's been a bit more of an exciting kind of 0-0 this time, though. Palace do have energy. Yeah, there might be a goal, but I think this is going towards a 0-0 draw, to be fair. Neto has been brought down by Lacroix. Free kick. It's a bit of grappling. There's not much contact, you know. But it is what it is. And it's João Pedro who's going off here as well for Chelsea, as Liam Delap is ready to go on the touchline. Made his Club World Cup debut, scored a goal, and now he's ready to make his Premier League debut for Chelsea. So Delap on for João Pedro. In goes the free kick and away. It's a good challenge by Esteban, I think. Maybe not. Late. Lunged in. Yellow card. I thought originally he timed that well, Esteval. Actually, it's a bit meaty. $15 minutes to go. 0-0. Still. Between Chelsea and Crystal Palace. No goal update either from the City ground in the second half. Still 3-0. Eze looks it across the field. Petronetto. Cucurella. Goal! And it's a goal back for Brentford, so no clean sheet for Forest. Igor Thiago has probably got Brentford just the consolation. 12 minutes to go. Forest 3, Brentford 1. Goal back for Brentford. Mateta had a go on target. That should be 2 for him. I've not checked on Palmer. Yep, 2 on target for him. Cole Palmer still hasn't hit the target yet. He's got 13 minutes to do it twice. Otherwise, no £4.75 for me. Cucurella, Palmer. No. Enzo Fernandez, and that's hung up. Going to be some changes. Malo Gusto is 1. So Enzo Fernandez is coming off. And then Reece James is going to be replaced. I think it's Andre Santos and Malo Gusto. Enzo Fernandez and Reece James go off. To be fair, this isn't too bad for me on Super 6. But a long throw-in, which could cause trouble. Eze and Sanchez will claim. Oh, I need to check Forest's corners, actually, just to make sure. I think that free bet builder is going to be a winner. Nine corners, over 7.5, yes. I think it's a certainty that they'll win. That's 9 minutes. Caicedo's a gusto, and who's going to see the goal now? Brentford's goal back. It was a penalty. It's a fairly good penalty by Igor Thiago, actually. Straight down the middle. Yeah, Forest, I think I've got that one in the bag. Does it look like we're going to get any sign of Cole Palmer shot on target or two, which might just fluff my price boost bet? Eze, good hit. Stung the gloves of Sanchez. It will be a corner on the left. He hit that really nicely, Aberi Eze. Eze with the corner. The corners have been a bit off from Palace, actually. They've not really beaten the first man at the near post. Not deep enough. But they've only had, say what? I mean, if they've had more than 5 corners, I'd be a little bit concerned, really. But if it's under, I'd probably be... I mean, yeah, they've only had 2. But yeah, the 2 corners I've seen from them have been not great. So Berrieze is going off. Could he be on his way to the Emirates? We'll find out in due course, but he should have had a goal to his name today with that free kick earlier in the match. And it could have been the match-winning goal. Now we know how proceedings are at this point. Justin Devaney comes on to replace him. Cleared away by Shells there. Val. Doesn't look like we're going to get a winning goal. It doesn't look like it. No. Last 5 minutes. Plenty of goals at the City ground, though. Forest 3-1 up. Clean sheet is decimated, though, because of a penalty scored confidently by Igor Thiago. Looking like that's just going to be just a consolation for Brentford. Lee's live. Ready for Man United against Arsenal, which is our next stream, of course. And you can join us if you'd like to at 4:15. Game's just fading away. If there was any team that deserved to win, though, it'd be Palace. Palace have been a better side. They've looked more exciting. Chelsea have been slow. Same old Chelsea, really. Palmer. I think it took a nick off the quad. So it will be a corner from the left-hand side for Chelsea. Are we going to get a winner? Or is this going to be a 0-0 stalemate? Not a great corner again. Only towards the near post. Needs to be deeper, the corners. Getting them right into the middle, sending bodies flying around. Don't forget, people, Manchester United against Arsenal, 4:15, one of the biggest rivalries that English football's got. Do join us, 4:15, for that one. Come on, you Gunners, our first game of the season. Once again, kick-off is at 4:30. You can join us at 4:15 for Manchester United against Arsenal. "90 seconds after the 90 here. Todd Burley looking a bit bored. Well, if things stay the same here, on a Super 6 basis, it's going to be 2 points for me. I predicted a 1-1 draw. And it looks as though I'm going to beat Jamie. The lap could be in behind. How much time we're going to get? We're going to get a minimum of Palmer. Six minutes at a time. Four officials indicated a minimum of 6 minutes at a time. I've just heard it on the Stadium FX. I'll wait for it to be put on the Sky screen if they even get round to doing it, which they should. Yeah, 6 minutes. So corner Chelsea. Bet you Palmer still had a shot on target. Have a look. Towards the near post area. Nope. Still no shot on target for Palmer. Rubbish. Four minutes to go. Liam Delap. Oh, Santos. Reminder for you people before I get off here. Next up on Realltom Football is Manchester United against Arsenal. Join us 4:15 for one of English football's biggest rivalries right at the very start of the season on game week 1. Old Trafford is where we're going next. Hardly 6 added on gone here. 3 of those 6 minutes to go. Oh, Santos. Here's Wharton. Final score at Nottingham Forest. 3-1 victory for Forest against Brentford. A late consolation penalty in the second half from Igor Thiago. Erased the clean sheet for Forest, but a 3-1 win for them. No goals other than that Igor Thiago penalty in the second half. Final score once more is Nottingham Forest 3, Brentford 1 at City Ground. What a win to start Forest's season after a bit of a torrid pre-season. And we're in the last 1 minute and 15 seconds here at Stamford Bridge with Chelsea and Palace still goalless, other than that disallowed goal, which we won't go into too much further detail about until later. Final half a minute. Is there one more chance for Chelsea or Palace? Palmer held up. Neto. Palmer wins a corner, and that'll probably be the last act of the game. Chris Richards with the block in. Fans starting to leave their seats. But they'll stop around for the corner. Just in case. It's not a great delivery. And that's the final whistle. And it does end 0-0. And it's probably the right result. Although Palace will feel they should have won that. They were the better side. They were positive. They were bright. And they continue to be positive and strong after a strong end to last season, winning 2 trophies. The final score at Stamford Bridge, though, is Chelsea 0, Crystal Palace 0. And next up, Manchester United against Arsenal on Realltom Football, 4:15.